I have to say, after living in Malta for nearly 2 weeks, and what will almost certainly be at least 5 years, if not 10, because I've set some, you could call it guidelines, that stipulate when and if I can leave the island of Malta. It's pretty much never. I probably will never leave Malta again. And as I speak, I'm trying to pick up my Maltese fluently. My Maltese is mush tayyib. Oh fuck. Mush hazin, mush tayyib. It's comme ci, comme ça. It's a fucking French word. Fuck, I love using that word. I don't know why. I have no idea. Malta. Been here for 2 weeks. It is all round a much better country than the USA and Australia, and definitely Britain. I've seen them all. Better vibe, better people, better atmosphere, better road. I mean, look, the ocean in front of me, I'm looking at, this fucking camera doesn't go forward. I'm at Malta Bay. But it doesn't do justice, this view. It's the most crystal blue, beautiful water you've ever seen in your life, and it's just like, this is standard here. Up there, I'm looking at an ancient castle. Looking all around me, I'm looking at all the steps, the stepped terrain that the Arabs left. It's all the whole island pretty much, and it's just it's wow. For somebody who loves landscaping, landscape construction, the outdoors, ecology, even environmental science, looking at how humans shape their environment, the Arabs in Malta, nobody has ever done it better. You don't even see this in Thailand or Southeast Asia. You see similar, but not in the Arab style, and it's just what they've done to the entire landmass is it's just crazy. It's amazing. And then what else? Just sitting here. Yeah, this is where 10,000 men landed to pretty much start the new age of a free West, a free thinking West, with no restrictions, no fear, no anything. In other words, this is where the siege of Malta was finally won. I'm a massive siege of Malta nut. It's unfair on the Maltese, firstly, since they hardly ever get recognition for most of the work they did, but it's sort of equally unfair on the Knights of Malta that we're here fighting, to say that was what finally won it. It was already won. They just came and pretty much tickled the Ottoman, who were already about to leave. So they were pretty much on their way out anyway, and it's unfair to say, yeah, that was the final victory, that was what sealed the victory. It sort of did in a way. Obviously, it definitely didn't do anything but encourage them to leave as fucking fast as they could. And not these bays, the bay behind me. So there's this bay, this is where the Knights landed from Sicily, and the bay behind me is where the whole fleet of the Ottoman was cornered. So in this bay would have been about 50 or 60 Christian allied ships. The bay behind me, about 200 Ottoman ships. It doesn't matter if they were 200 ships. 26,000 were already dead, so only even less, close to about a third of those ships would have been filled. So it didn't really mean anything, and as well as that, they were cornered. So this is where it all happened, which is precisely my point number one. Malta is just way better than the USA, Australia, and Britain combined even. You can't really sit anywhere in those countries and look around you and be like, oh yeah, this is where the siege of Malta was won, there's a magic castle up there, there's crystal blue Mediterranean waters you can walk in. Oh yeah, and by the way, the bay behind me too is also where St. Paul was shipwrecked. You can't do that anywhere in the world. You can only do that in a few places. Like, you could do similar in Israel, even in Lebanon to some extent. A lot of history has been made there. Pretty much the whole Mediterranean Sea, especially Italy, even Spain, southern France, not so much, but yeah, there's a bit to see in southern France, especially if you're love the papacy and you want to visit Avignon and other places, no, a lot's happened in southern France, but and Greece. Oh, Jesus Christ! Let's not forget about Greece. But it's hard to, it's extremely hard to compete with Malta, even for most countries. It's extremely hard to you just sit in one place. You can't do this in Sydney. You cannot do this anywhere in the world. And let's be blunt, Sydney Harbour has nothing on Valletta Harbour. You'll know when you sail in. It's a much better country. I'm not going to lie. Malta is 1,000 times better. It's not even funny. Wow. And it's just a beautiful island. Yesterday I was laying back at Bujibba, eating my favourite pizza, going for a suntan in this big pool, in this resort, then heading off to this 4-story villa I'm staying at. I'm no longer staying at hotels. I'm going Pope Urban survival style, and I've got a 4-story villa. It's humongous, and I was sitting in there, and I'll take some photos and video of the sunset, what it looks like tomorrow, but it's unreal, absolutely unreal. And that's point one, and then you got point two, public transport, trillion times better on Malta. I mean, yes, it annoys you because of all the actual route. It's windy, it's whatever, but it's still nonetheless direct, and it still nonetheless takes you from place to place. Highly efficient, highly frequent, much more modern than the buses there are in Australia, especially America and Britain. Jesus Christ, their public transport is about to die in the arse. It's embarrassing, the public transport in America, and even somewhat Britain. The Australian public transport's not as bad, especially in Brisbane. Brisbane has a very modern fleet, but I think Malta's fleet is a little bit more modern, and you've got everything here. You've got fast ferries, buses, and then other bits and pieces. You just don't have a train, but you don't need it. The buses take you everywhere. So the public transport here is way better. 3, food is cheaper. I mean, I can buy an energy drink for 90 cents, which is like $1.30, $1.40 or whatever. And it's a nice energy drink. I can buy heaps of stuff for like €4, €5. Pretty much all my breakfast and snacks. It's highly affordable here. Even accommodation's highly affordable. So I'm not going to say what I was paying the most ridiculously cheap rate at Hamroon when I was staying there, but in Slima where I was staying, it equated to €35 a night, and I had everything I needed in that hotel room. So that's like, what's that, fucking $50 a night? I was paying close to $50 a night, and I was paying that, so I only paid €420 for almost 2 weeks. So that's like 2 weeks rent for €420. It's almost like €250 a week to stay in Slim, have your own apartment sort of thing, and that's like $400 Australian, which is dirt cheap for what I was staying in. But now I've decided to even save all that money and go full Pope Urban style, and that's what I've been doing now. Oh, it's much better in Malta. Fuck me, Dad. Everything is better here. It's shockingly better. I can't believe people in the English-speaking world even dare to compete. It's actually laughable. You can't compete with this. Once you stay here, live here, move around, eat, especially when you eat, you can't compete with Malta. Oh Jesus, the pizza I had yesterday, fuck me dead. Like 1,000,000,000 times nicer than even the closest you could get in Sydney or whatever. Like, it's so delicious, it wasn't funny, so fresh, so authentic, and you can't expect to eat like that in Sydney. And everything here, even the fucking fennec that I'm buying from Welby's and Slimmer, even the fucking fennec for €2 for 100 grams. Oh, it was delicious. It wasn't quite Nunna's rabbit stuffato fennec, but it was fucking delicious for a quick meal or whatever they were selling behind the counter. dish it up and fuck. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you can't compete with Malta. This is paradise. Like, even if Gold Coast was to try to compete with this, it would have to bend over and fuck itself. It doesn't compete. Gold Coast is nothing on Malta, not even slightly. Oh yeah, this really is paradise.